Right, we're back. So, last time was the start of the game, and I've conquered about half the countries here. In West Africa, well, that I can reach without colonizing. Or going through European countries. Yeah, fat chance of me going through France, then the Dutch, and then the UK, and then even then I don't actually have promises to reach Liberia. It's not a good thing, especially since the UK is actually rather friendly with me. Not the UK, the US is rather friendly with me. As is the UK. Off we go. There we go. Something was off. Okay. Graphics are good again. I have intentionally gone down to squabbling legislature in the hopes that less loyalists will appear in the process, and I get more radicals. Of course, if things go well, I can get 10 farmers, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. All worked up? Yep. There's not enough support for the movement to revolt anyway. So it's not going to be strong. And the Grand Vizier's died, and we've got a theocrat. Not less than 2%. Aw, come on. Anyway, I might start talking about Tech and Res specifically. So I've mentioned last time already that the game's end date is extended to 2016. In order to accommodate that, there's been changes to the tech tree. You can already see that there's classical physics and, these here and more techs. The science-specific techs give increased tech speed, which you do need because there's a lot more techs in each age. Like over here, you've got modern physics. And way more tiers. Way more tiers. Right now, I think tier X, tier 10, is the highest tier. Although the military only goes to tier 8. Society tech also goes to tier 10. Additionally, it's tech and res, so there's plenty more resources. As you can see, there's plenty of new raw resources available. Common ores are the most important ones at the beginning. After that is copper, which I lack right now. Yeah. I completely lack copper, that's right. The only way for me to get copper is to either import it or to colonize Niger. Or colonize Timbuktu and go all the way to western Mali. Copper is pretty important in that it helps with water plants, which are another resource. These take up arable land. And copper is used for piping. It's also used for electronics, wires. So it's extremely important that I eventually get off of isolationism. Though that is planned anyway. I will get off of isolationism. The question is merely when. Admittedly, I think I planned things wrong, and it might have been better to, after colonization, go immediately for international trade. Colonization is there so that I have it in case I can get to it. Do I find it unlikely? Oh yes. But yes, my main point right now is to beef up my technological gain, go through all the society techs I can in Tier 1, then grab Romanticism so I can start using Peasant Corvée and focus on Tier 1 techs. Well, Romanticism, then Dialectics, and possibly Egalitarianism in order to get some more interesting stuff going. You need to be careful. Spain's intervention would be very bad. France might intervene there. It's extremely unlikely, but small countries do have a tendency to be a bit desperate and offer things they normally wouldn't under the threat of annexation. So, the problem with long games is that there's not enough shopkeepers. Wish more of them would show up. This is specifically so I can, yes, luxury furniture here. Because having well-paid shopkeepers would not be a bad idea. You know what, France has turmoil. And I'm fine with taking another state. I can handle the costs involved. Definitely. I have no urban workers, so it's far too early for that. Give me more radicals, please. I wonder where I'm getting that plus 15% to defense and offense from. Anyway, the repeatable law is going to be unlocked soon. War propaganda must have the general staff. Okay. I mean, my rigidity is maxed out anyway, so it really isn't a problem. The support is entirely dependent on the agitator, honestly. Yeah, there's no literal consciousness. That's why. Number of spread out manor house buildings. Liberal. Financial districts, universities and trade centers. Yeah, there's not a lot of them. Population 0. Yeah, I don't actually have a labor movement. Incorporate. I don't actually need water production right now. Maybe in the future, but right now? No. Okay. It can handle the current quantity, though. Of productions. No one will interfere. Except for maybe Denmark. But Denmark is one of those that are so small that I might actually be able to win in a straight fight. So, straight enough fight. I'm still losing progress in the first democratic stage, so my education access is going to remain low for some time. Lower than it otherwise would be. The good thing is my population is growing though. Oh! I can do healthcare now. Okay. That's good. Basic healthcare. This will reduce mortality. Liquor's pretty cheap because Muslim countries, so they automatically produce stuff is barely consumed at all. Sadly, if I try any of these, it's gonna crash something in the economy. I don't need it now. Maybe in the future, but right now, there is no necessity for morale recovery. The Aruba states don't have enough wood. There's turmoil here. There's something about Bornu that it's around Lake Chad. So it's split up across 4 different states. All of them split states. And here comes the UK. Already colonizing the Niger Delta. I can't do that. I literally cannot. Things aren't unstable enough. You need to be stronger in your clout. And I'm trying the best that I can, but there's only so much I can do with the current political situation of the country. Okay. Infrastructure here is fine. It's no longer fine here, and I'd prefer to fix it if I can. Unless here, I guess we can keep the paper mills. Why do we have 2 diaphragm plantations? There we go. That probably is going to be okay once... No, it's not. Okay. Remove a livestock ranch. These butchering tools, because I do actually have tool production, it's just that not usable for much. Since I don't have iron working. Oh, the springtime of nations has ended. It's time for the first international to start getting prepared. Another war? This time it's the Ottoman Empire versus Egypt with Austrian help. Oh, and there's a construction sector somewhere that I don't... Oh, the Europe states are just losing. Some of the population working here. Probably from lack of qualifications. Yeah, the number of bureaucrats. Laborers in the fishing wars. What? Well, there's academia. That should at least start increasing that. Why am I militarily threatening to you? I don't have that many troops. They're all gonna jump troops anyway. Okay, Spain is no longer likely to intervene in anything. As likely to intervene on anything. Protective. And construction. Okay, yeah. Definitely start constructing more again. Actually, no. Just go back to simple. Let's put it here. We'll also raise the taxation capacity in East Hauserland, getting me more tax money. Sweet, sweet tax money. Promote state religion. Yeah. I can say it, the professional class is the problem with the Yoruba states. There's just not enough farmers or clerks or... Well, actually not clerks. Clerks are fine, but not enough farmers or shopkeepers. Old age. Did not know that old age increased the chance of passing on. That could be of use later. Sure. And I'll build the university at a time. They will be much less effective until I get media, because that's publications. Yeah, there are differences to multiple production methods. Some of them are still the same. Others, not so much. Like common ores is needed for lathes. Textile mills are the same, just until you get to synthetic fabrics and stretch wear, because then you start doing plastic. Or nylon accessories. There's also this data reporting production methods in every industry. Well, except for extraction industries, I believe. Yeah. They don't have data. Neither do, plantations or farms. Except maybe the water pumps. I don't need water right now. Okay, with law enforcement, I can, in theory, move to national police, but not happening. Never going to happen. Unions could, in theory, be made illegal. I'd like to push that off, put that off for as long as possible, but I'm well aware of the fact that this is unlikely. Let's move to censorship. The liberal movement won't like that, but it's 45,000 people in a nation of 10 million. Doesn't matter who they are. It's not happening. Nothing will come of it. Truce. 12 weeks left. Okay. I'm not sure if I can actually conquer their capital state of Ghana, but without the infamy limit. Getting tapped, I guess. Yeah, it might be this. But yes, there are data production methods. Higher ones take more input and resources and produce more data. Later ones produce organized data rather than raw data. Well, raw data instead of organized data. But the most important thing is that they increase input. The thing is, it requires stuff like paper. Well, it requires business data. There are two sources. Early game, the only source is universities. But that's fine because you're not going to use them for much. Because it takes to a corporate governance to unlock the first production method. Which is pretty far in. I do not need this many livestock ranches here. And one common ore mine is fine for now. There we go. That's all that is. Coffee plant. Oh, can't do that. Can't do that. Drat. They already privatized everything. Okay, to the building registry. Ports. Stop privatizing rural stuff. Last thing I need is for all that to go into the hands of the aristocrats. Probably extraction too, at least for the time being. Industry, you know what? Sure. Enjoy. I need to build up an upper class anyway. Urban upper class, to be precise. And France is joining in. Lovely. French Provisional Republic. Could be problematic, especially considering they control Paris. Never mind, the UK is supporting... No, the UK is supporting the Provisional Republic. That's going to be fun. Dutch have started colonizing Mauritania. Everyone's a bit too busy to intervene, except for other West African countries, so I don't care. Why are you on... Okay. That's a reroll. Drat. I cannot fight that. Even if the Dutch East Indies have, like, nothing but irregulars, which I doubt they do. Yeah, they have artillery. And... lancers. Okay. Right, okay, fine. It's probably because I didn't pay attention. It's okay, we can go back a month. I do not play Iron Man for a reason, that's because I prefer to be overcautious. Especially when there's the potential for winnable engagements. Back to wooden buildings. Thank you. The heat wave fades eventually. It is affecting the ability for me to produce things. And the general died. Okay. Yeah, it's 13.6. far more than I'm willing to handle otherwise at the moment. Well, at least you're not a slaver. Wait. This could cause funny things to happen, so let's go with it. Still 89 synergy. What? Maybe I should just wait till the Dutch are busy with something. I don't know, shouldn't this make you busy? %. Okay. That's not great. Especially considering I need as much innovation as I can manage. As per the usual. And there's only so much I can do about it all. Now I've got censorship. Okay. What are the options? I don't like giving a reactionary movement attraction, but I don't have a choice, so. Oh, I can bring it up to level 3. This will dramatically increase rigidity by plus 150% bolstered impact on political movements. Whee! I might be able to bring the peasant movement back. I don't know. The peasant movement has been fading for a while. Honestly, it's been inevitable for a while that things would get worse in that direction, but still saddening to see that on some degree I was too late. But tech sprite is now better. And things are slightly less rigid. The Dutch on their own, can I win? They only have 23 battalions. Sure, it's all decent. Okay, mobile artillery. It's all of it's decent. It's a necessity. I must do this. Oh, great, anti-Portuguese society. Development rank up. Okay. The annoying thing is that high development tends to worsen things because now poor countries, -5% construction goods cost. I'm paying more money on construction. I mean, I get it. It's a means in order to improve the chance that other countries have of catching up. France is belligerent. Aren't you busy with something? Invading Mount Ginbro. Okay. Those troops aren't going to make it there in time. These ones probably will. Okay. Fine. Can I rename an autosave? No. Right, I'm gonna set this up so that I have a save game in case things go wrong, because I don't want... Because failure is bad. Okay, I need to go further back. I'd rather avoid failing important things like this as much as possible. So... Generate an actual save game. One that won't get automatically replaced. There. Maybe I can do it. Maybe, just maybe, it's feasible. But it's gonna be reliant on my luck. Depending on whether or not... Okay, the Dutch East Indies haven't bothered. Maybe I can... How many days are left? Okay, there's one more day in the week. Double escalation gives me another day. There. I may as well try. Go big or go home, after all. It's probably gonna put me on the offensive, isn't it? Force me on the offensive? Defense pro. They have low manpower, so... It does seem that they will potentially get... And it borrows all their troops. Joy. Maybe I need to lose a bit more. Of course, I get dug in right at the beginning. I'm thoroughly annoyed that the Dutch end up inside the combat every single time. You don't know you need to advance at some point. At the very least, the Dutch are slowly running out of manpower. I mean, so am I, but maybe I can wear them down enough. They keep getting dug in for defense every single time. Oh, they started attacking. Defend front. Hey, I'm dug in and I've got way more troops. I should be winning this fight, right? Must have invented stock exchange. I don't like mercantilism. Okay, I can wait a little bit longer. Get the better law. Of course, you have to do a blunder now of all times. But my rigidity is reducing. Good. As long as I can maintain the war and ensure it doesn't last too long. Though perhaps it would have been better not to specify a war goal on the Dutch. And nope. I mean, if I lose control of Togo, then that's bad. In fact, no, I'm not able to start anything yet. Rigidity isn't moving fast enough. Shoot. Okay, I'll go back to December. Honestly, being stuck in a balanced war is probably going to be the best thing possible for my political state. So I'm going to be sitting on defend front, and I'm going to stick with it. No, I don't think December's far enough back. Oh, yeah, heck no, it's not. Okay. I'm going to go back to the earliest autosave I have. No. Go back to October. There. I do have to manipulate things like this since I'm in a fairly weak position at the start of the game. That's why things are collapsing there. They're all moving to the barracks. Try to get my troops back up. Okay. I get it now. They're attacking again? And of course I end up blundering. Yeah, I'm gonna avoid touching anything until I can get that lower. War does allow for fast rigidity changes. Jeez, and these aren't even doing anything. Okay, perhaps I do need morale recovery. Do I produce a lot of sugar? No idea if it's enough for that. Now I produce quite a bit. Okay, yes. Tobacco is not cheap. What about liquor? I don't have opium, so maybe that's why I need morale recovery. Too little, too late. I think there might be yeah, there's still a November one. If I turn it on, then it might recover fast enough. If not, I can just go back to the very beginning, right before I started all that. Yeah, the morale recovery does seem to be letting me hold on a bit longer. Oh yeah, right, I forgot about veterans. That's the explanation for why things were shifting around in my numbers. There we go, empiricism, unlock the tech spread. So what's gonna come up next? Medical decrees. I'm fine with that. Oh, yes. Yes. Of course, they're gonna drop down to 27%. Hopefully that will enough to maintain, because one portion of BPM is that laws are voted on. I haven't touched upon this since every law that I've attempted, every law project has been with the support of the aristocrats in one way or another. Simply because things were so rigid, they were the only ones with enough strength to do anything about it. But with this reduction of the rigidity, the penalty is a lot lower, because normally it's a minus 20% enactment chance, which is bad. But the stagnancy is now down to minus 7%. So my enacted time is also improved. Things get passed through faster. Plus with the latest boosts to censorship practices. I can dramatically increase the amount of attraction on the movement. This is why I'm so happy about having a fairly stable war. So long as I can white peace in the end. If I can manage that, then I will have no trouble at all. The real problem is, with such a stagnant political scene, it takes a lot for things to improve, so... The expert political operator's gone. Well, there's a new guy in. At least he's also meticulous. Ooh. Still a land reformer too, which is good. What? So he's a Sciocrat. Which means he collectivized agriculture for some reason. I mean, that is an easy way to get out of that nonsense. Does not support any political movement. And that is an increase to the interest group political strength. But they have so many little boosts that I think it's going to be fine for now. Will you at least stick around? Nope. Okay. Have conservatives started popping up? No, not yet. Not truly. Return to the... Right, there's no grandpas here. Oh shit, my rigidity is going to increase again. Oh no. Because the rigidity also lowers Law vote on interest groups. Thankfully, the movement is strong enough so that yes, because I pushed for it. Sega was involved? I didn't even realize it. And yeah, these units are beginning to consolidate too. I am losing units to troops to attrition, but people are still getting hired into the militaries. The number is static, hopefully. No, I haven't activated the conscripts. The number was so funny looking. Wait. What? When did that happen? Fine. Yet let me pass a reform. A fairly important one of moving from serfdom to tenant farmers. At the very least, that means I can start getting schools up. Although the aristocrats hate... of course, the aristocrats hate any sort of schooling. No welfare. Yeah, I think in the end, this was worth it. I hate the fact that I lose the territory. Perhaps I should have done things differently. Yeah, not specifically had that. Nope, okay. Well, I think this is good for the moment. Yeah, I lost Togo. However, in exchange, I did as well as a huge amount of population thanks to the wars. However, I did start the enactment of tenant farmers, so that's good. At the very least, it gets me off serfdom and into, well, it drops political rigidity by 10, and slightly lowers the aristocratic interests' power. In order to truly get rid of them, I need to get rid of slavery of some form. Problem is that the aristocrats are just not opposed. It's just not possible. It won't work. So. What could we do this? Yeah. Not much to it. Not much to it. Plus, the European countries are starting to become more and more belligerent. Well, if they're not Iberian. For some reason, the Iberians are almost always happy with me. Yeah, the Ottomans are falling apart because they keep trying to invade Egypt, and Egypt keeps winning. Yeah. Anyway, I've gone long enough for the moment. I'll see you again next time. Well, very soon for me. I did plan on recording right after this, so. Anyway, see you again next time. Till then, bye.